All right, now we're recording on YouTube. Whoops. So anyway, just to recap this going into tomorrow, right? In regards to the higher time frame setup, empty space, cost base is 528, and you're looking for a break over those highs. Okay, 123 right there, 528.75, and we can go and try and hit cost basis at 531 because that is the higher time frame setup. So there is neither a up or a downside signal off of today's candle close. SPY, I could go ahead and say kind of the same thing, right? On the 24-hour, you don't really have empty space. You can see there's some structure under there. It's not super clear, but you can see what we rejected off of today, right? And this is why I tell people the tops and the bottoms of 24-hour candles will change your life, right? Sometimes you don't even have to watch the lower time frames. 4-hour, right? You can see we're bending right over there, pulling back. And we did, like other ETFs, kind of fall really, really quickly. As of right now, and this is subject to change, as of right now, our signal to the upside is on this hourly box, reclaim punchback 605.33 with a first target of 607 and 608.50. To the downside, which we have not fully progressed fully for the retest, I believe that will be at 602 or 601.89. So that is SPY. And this, this is one of those areas where, I mean, you're real close. We are really, really, really close to being able to call it bearish, right? With this many this many rejections, right? Channel sitting like this, which it's not the most beautiful channel in the world, but for the most recent price action, it limits us. I think it's going to be a while, possibly, unless we have a serious catalyst before we start making large strides, at least on our ETFs here. We'll see. By the end of the week, if we're touching 609, my opinion on that might change. So IWM, now this one, really, really curious on what is going to happen here because it's too soon to call for downside, right? You did wick out. It is possible sometimes to come back down and retest cost basis. And that's exactly what we've done, right? As we've come back, we've retested cost basis. And how did we do it? Fast, right? And when we move too fast, that's typically where you find yourself in an able to bounce. So this is a 15-minute setup, right? Box, retest. And this is something that could happen by the end of the day. Maybe you could, I don't know what those contracts are at, 229. But retest, break, 229.50, and then, we can potentially head up. But yeah, I think that gets filled up before anything happens, especially continuation to the downside. So, all right, so that is our ETFs here. I would say right now, IWM really is probably still one of the more interesting ones to me. It just makes the most sense. To the upside, the 230s are still available. To the downside, that's a different story because we still have a whole floor to go and break underneath us. So it'll be lower time. And whenever you're in higher time frame ranges, the only thing you can do is really look at the lower time frame. But that's where you get sucked in, unfortunately, sometimes to bad trading situations. So, all right. Okay, so with all that being said, if you guys have any requests, please put them in the chat bubble on the side of your screen. Where are we at? FedEx. Yeah. By the way, for those of you who are still holding PLTR, which again, I'm in equity, this is ridiculous. I don't expect for this thing to stop with the momentum. I mean, it is starting to try to channel itself a little bit, but
Yeah, nice move today.
yeah, really nice move today. All All right. 310, 310, 309. All right, make sure you guys wait for Ivy to let the flag down because I have a hard to see 305. All right. First one, Meta, 24-hour time frame, struggling, right? Struggling up at the highs. And I think that's obviously big O. And what are you looking at? Down to 700. So on the weekly, sure, right? On the 24-hour, I can't see much. Here, I think we get rid of this and we do this, right? So is that possible? For sure, and there might be even some lower time frame context here as well. There it is. Punch this right here. You are building a box right now. So punch that, and for sure, you could be heading down here pretty quickly. Let's see, is that gonna be interesting? Yeah. So I would watch it both ways, but you're close. Tesla, I know a lot of you guys are in this one. Again, on the 24-hour, it's looking okay. It's really, really close to that target. 4-hour, right? I mean, you did touch the wick, which, not necessarily touchdown here. On the 4-hour, you are declining, right? You have not turned red. So this is what we consider to be a floor. And on the 2-hour, that's where this starts to actually take shape. So you can see 320, 372, 10 candle close 2-hour. I imagine on the hourly, you probably have a little bit more. Let's see, 15-minute. So I would imagine this is a lower. Typically, when you do something like this, that's when the lower time frame box is built around cost basis. So you have lost this floor, and this is the way that I'd be looking at this going into tomorrow. Here's what you're bouncing off of now, right? And so you need to break below 366 to continue heading down. Interesting. Wonder when that gap's going to get filled up there. KMI, 24-hour time frame. What are you looking at on what's your thoughts on this Joker? Down? Okay. Um The 24-hour time frame, it does appear that it did close below its floor, but it is using these wicks to bounce now. So that would be my only concern, where you would then have a target to the downside at the next wick at 2636, which will separate you from this small, kind of insignificant structure. I do like it, but it is moving very, very quickly. And when you stop, right, this typically sets up for a potential retest. And you can see how it's kind of boxing itself out. So this is definitely one that if you take it, you need to have a good stop loss. And then if it's to the upside, right, you're getting pretty close to a reversal. So just keep your eyes peeled on that. NVIDIA upside, Thomas. Yeah, so and I know some of you guys took this one, still in this one. It is right there. Right there. I mean, and realistically, it did pull itself up above 127. So it's just this hourly push over 128. And the more I look at this, the more I struggle to leave a box there because it's kind of like you did punch through that box. So I would just aim for that open at 130 because that's your floor. And if you can break up above that, you could open up to a really big play. Really big play, actually.
Isn't that what typically happens when you start seeing like boxes within boxes on the same time frame? It's usually a box that got blown through and
Yeah.
revalidated, and then a new box was okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I might have to look into that one too as well, especially above 130. Lucid down, shorting my boy's net worth. You are rejecting the floor. That is happening, right? So what's going to need to happen is there's a box below you here, and that's going to have to punch. And then you have a punch, then you have a punch. So for now, I would just probably say sideways until you break into that. And you can see it clear, obviously, as you move down into the lower time frames. Box top right there. So you're getting close to a retest there. Punch through, go for it. All right. Rocket up. Rocket Labs 24-hour time frame closing pretty close. You got to, huh?
So that's not Rocket Labs, isn't that Rocket
Or
Company?
rocket companies, yeah, whatever. Um, let's see here. Bro thinks he's Hermione Granger. That's crazy. Um,
Leviosa.
Yummy. I'd say 1413 is the nearest target if you can reclaim that floor. So what's above and what's below? Always.
Do you want to look at that at the weekly quick? That's the only time frame that really worries me.
It's the same. It would literally the same thing, right? Floor is at 1350. You need to reclaim that. That's it. Because once you get above that, it's really I would be looking at this double wick right there, wall across the board, 15, 12. AMD, you see, wow. So really, really, really struggling with that recovery or any sort of recovery. You refused and rejected the floor today. Uh, boy, that thing does not look good. 15-minute, you have a box underneath you, so you're looking at a breakdown below 108 or even a bounce off of 108 hourly. Yeah, so this is again kind of a pinch situation, right? Do you see yourself being held underneath that 110.40 cost basis 111.21? That's where you go up, and you can see that's where sellers are pushing you down. So I'm looking into that empty space on a lower time frame down to cost basis. Um, I would assume there's enough context here to throw down a channel. So just be aware of that. They're building a lot of bear flags, and I say that only because oftentimes sometimes it does break. Not enough for me to use it, but enough for me to also look at it both ways. What's up above you, because when you put something on the map that makes people do something, that's when it's easy to send it the other way. Lemonade. I think lemonade's my favorite drink. Who doesn't like lemonade?
Strawberry lemonade.
That's fire too. Peach lemonade's fire too.
Lemonade's iced tea.
Yeah, that's pushing it.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything other than what is actually happening, and that is that you are in a fucking block. I mean, you're doomed. You got a floor underneath you at 232.50, and if that breaks, you have a target of 258. You've seen a lot of wickage underneath that floor, but it has been under pressure, so I would imagine it's going to be less forceful, strong. And then at the same time, and I would be on the hourly, right? You have a little pocket up there, tiny little box. So here's how I would deal with Amazon. Use that, right? because when you're in a box, you kind of have to. You have to use the lower time frames. I would aim for 232.20 and 231.50. That's down though. You know, anything above those wicks that I'm showing you, that's empty space, and you'll tap that little box up there. So, is that Madrid? He said sideways action. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. Off that floor though. Snow up. Snow.
Yeah, before you jump off of Amazon, if I posted something a little bit down about Amazon, I'm in a pretty big position that's up like 10 or 15%. Would you think hedging with 220s for earnings today is?
Oh, it has earnings today. Yeah, dude. Of course. Yes, hedge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if 220s were too far.
Let me see what.
I dropped the chart too below. That's why.
Let's see what I can see here. Nah, that's crazy. Am I being crazy? I'm gonna put this line here, and if it hits that, hold on a second. What are the contracts? That's today, right? To after hours. I got this brand spanking new $500 account, ready to blow. I'm kidding. Small accounts are the hardest to build, but I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna use good risk on it. Oh my God, these are jacked. 270s. Earnings doesn't go that well for Amazon. I kind of wanted to go down, being that it's in this channel. I feel like, man, if you could punch down below that, you might wick into that. But the contracts just don't fit. 210s or 40, 207s. You can. I'm not telling you not to do it, but you know, just keep your wits about you. If you can burst out of this channel, I actually see. I can see the. Let's go to the weekly. I usually don't trust giant channels like this, but we'll see. Yeah, I would definitely hedge if I was in this long. We'll see what we get. That's interesting. Take a look at that. Those contracts, though, are just. With something like that, with a $500 account too on earnings, if I can get those like $25 target based, sweet. That one is definitely flashing some signs for downside on the lower time frame. 2 hour, I think it's going to be the most reliable. You're going to watch for a $32 bounce or break. If you can break, go for it. You got plenty of empty space underneath you. And the most recent price action to 26.50. Tesla, yeah, we already did that one. PDD.
IWM's up like 25 cents since you talked about it.
Still going. Anybody grab calls?
I wish I would have. I almost
grabbed
did.
It's not that. It's not too late. I would, if you're gonna do it, you do it now.
I'm in the middle of something.
Stop doing that.
You
Though.
need them for tomorrow?
No, you would trade them for today. Dirt cheap.
All right, EOD.
I don't.
Let's go.
I don't. I mean, yeah, just stay low risk. Set your stop. I mean, really, just don't put anything you care about in it. But yeah, you can throw a little bit at that. Right here is I think it's good.
Oh, it's curling up really nice though.
So we can't put you in it? Oh.
Oh, Lord have mercy. This is the only wall I'm concerned about. There you go. Close over it.
Qs are also curling back up too.
Wait, what? No.
Yeah, it's looking like a pretty strong 4-hour close. We'll see though. We got 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm watching. bottom. All that empty space up above you. All right, let's keep moving here. Keep your eyes peeled on that for me. PDD. Now, this is one that definitely need to look at here. Fuck.
That's the company that owns Temu.
Yeah. So here's what I like. I mean, I could see a pretty explosive move up to, I'd say 119, 118.90. The what I do like about it is that it's boxed up and it should have blasted off today. Surprised that it didn't, but
It's waiting for tomorrow. That's what it is.
maybe. Yeah, I would say 119.
Could you look at it on the 1 hour, please?
Worth.
Yeah, it just looks so funky. I just want to see what you thought.
That. So hedge, maybe 102s or something like that. But I mean, that's as good as a setup as you're gonna get from a Chinese stock. Yeah, I mean it's not the worst at all, but yeah, no problem.
Hey Potter.
Yo, what's up?
So I just wanted to let you know. I know you said you liked it before. Marvel is starting to break those highs, pushing up into that empty space. I just wanted to let you know if you wanted to take it. It's the 160s are the 160, 125s are expensive for next week, but I guess someone with a large account. Probably pretty cheap.
What's up, gents?
Those are
Chef?
fucking expensive. Yes.
Hi, sorry to interrupt you. Could you please check my DM quickly? Thank you.
You're in trouble.
Yes, chef.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this week's are expensive. Damn.
Yeah, they are expensive. It's almost like it knows it's gonna go. There you go,
Yeah,
IW.
right. It's starting to go. We came back and tested a smaller box and a large. If you like zoom out, there's like a large cost basis that we were testing today, and we were like shooting off of it now.
I mean,
Yeah,
I like it.
IWM.
Huh?
Sorry, you told me to keep an eye on IWM. It's touching 228.50.
Yeah, I just pulled it up on the 5 here, watching. What do you want? Duck up. Duck up. Shut the duck up. You're at your downtrend. The next target, if you can break, is here. You do not have any 24-hour structure to move through. You are struggling with price action here at this point. This is a terrible volume stock. But I don't know. I guess it has earnings pretty close. So if that's earnings, I would be aiming towards 118. But you're at resistance now. It's really struggling with 115. So clearly 115 is it's a previous overhead and floor. So yeah, 15 needs to be or 115 needs to be reclaimed there. AAL uppies. So at the most, maybe a retest off of the top at 117.80. But I will say, as much as there is tension here, boy, I mean, so buyers are not doing their job at $17, $17.35. So I mean, I personally, yeah, I see 17.84, and if you can go and break that, maybe. But at this point, you still have a lot of downwards pressure. You could still break down. That'll make for a good short whenever it opens up. Uber. Upside, not bad on the engulfment candle coming off of earnings. Yep, you engulfed it all. It's the same resistance. Don't hate that at all. So we're going to do this 1 hour box. You've tapped it right there, 69.89. You need to break 70.30 psychological. And then I'll do this since we're on the hourly. I would be aiming here at 72.35. Google, feel like it could go both ways.
Just he said.
I would say right now my bias is down, but it just is it's pulling the volume off of the floor right now, but also showing at the same time that buyers don't want the floor closest to them, right? They're so above 192, maybe you go and retest this, but yeah, I don't know, man. This is one that feels like it wants to go to 184 at some point. So mRNA, they're gonna crank this IWM slow, I guess, so that way we can't get a spot.
Are you looking to take that long or short?
IWM, I bought it. I bought it when I said something about it. I said it was bouncing.
Yeah,
I said if it,
I mean, I see the bounce, but
I'm above where I took it, and I'm still down. I'm not down a lot, but I'm down like 8%.
I'm not really seeing up or down on it.
Yeah.
I just think it's going to retest 229. That's it. That's all I see. mRNA looks like it wants to go down, Pixie. I mean, it's there. I mean, you're sitting right at the floor. I would be on the 4 hour. It look like you're trying to punch through a box. So just look for that floor break 33.23, and then looks like it has a little channel action here. Maybe not. 24-hour time frame. Oh Lord, you are moving into some serious lows over here. I'd be aiming for right around 31.50 and 29.20. Pins, when is that earnings? Is that today?
Yes, after hours.
Okay. Damn. Why is this so expensive? What the fuck? What's with all these damn earnings?
Interest call or options are always jacked up. No idea. Got a big ADR, I guess.
Can't make it. But anyway, I see at most $37. If it can pull off a big earnings. Downside, I would probably aim for the floor. It's bundled up. It looks like it wants to move. Surprised the contracts have risen that much in value.
Yeah.
That's
Potter, what was your rap name?
Jetties.
Jetties. That was Jetties coming out right there.
What happened?
He said if it doesn't hit this script, I can't make a flip.
Yeah. They leaked out of it.
We're gonna get him spitting on some bars.
That's why that dude wanted me to make a rapper, because I'd say shit like that. Be like, bars, dude. You're there, Scuba. You're there. It has to go for the break. So if you're short, and man, the downside. Look at the downside control channel right here. Damn, I want to go to the beach right now. 1650. And at that point, I'd be looking for 1530. I don't even know. Kind of throw that away. I'd just be aiming for the floor at 1530. Take your fucking shot, you know, hedge yourself up.
They're pretty cheap.
Are they? What are the 15s at? That's a lot of rejections. I'm looking at plays to take in this small account. I'd like a bigger move than that, but yeah, I mean 1550 is fucking 3 cents.
Did you look at NVIDIA yet?
I did, yeah. I just got filled at 3 cents for 50/50s. And I mean, grab 1950 calls or something for $1 to hedge.
Do you not think NVIDIA would be good for the small account? Some the 145s or 20 cents for next week.
So with the small account, I gotta know. I got it. I mean, let me see. I mean, I'm not scared to take this tomorrow. You know, given the fact that it does have all of that empty space up there. And you said, how much are those?
I think they're 20 cents, 21 cents, something like that. Let me check.
I see 20.
Yeah. I mean, even if you
for
did,
me to put that, that's $100 for 1 day worth of, 1 day worth of contracts or whatever. And I play on a small account.
well, I wouldn't go if I did that. It would be next week, which is 20.
Yeah, I don't think he's taking tomorrow. So that'd be wild.
Okay.
I mean, if it's moving the right way, I will.
Yeah, for a week, $100 is cool. I just, I play on a small account too. I was just trying to also think of.
Yeah, no. If you weeklies are in that scenario, I have to know. I don't mind I bought a contract on the $500 account. I guess my Mara calls didn't get filled. Modify order, 2 cents.
You're looking at 1550s?
Yeah, I grabbed 1550s. I think it could gap down tomorrow and flush, but I grabbed let's see. How many did I grab? What the fuck is
You said 1550s for 3 cents.
Yeah, I trying to see where I got 10 of them. Then I got 7 of the 1950 calls, just in case crypto explodes overnight or some dumb shit like that. Well, it's kind of fun doing this. So FedEx, I saw this one today, and it opened up above that wick yesterday, pushed off, grabbed the floor. It was the second floor, right over here, that candle bottom that we ended up refusing. 4-hour time frame, you really don't have much structure at all, except for what you're building. There is a possible, if I was in this, I would definitely be hedging. I think underneath 257, there's a 50% 255 and 250 260 pullback. Tomorrow, if you can push past 259.60, I think it's straightforward, straight to the gap. So just keep your foot on the gas pedal. I mean, building up at the highs and not losing anything, that shows. So really, tomorrow is going to be the most important. Let's see if there's a channel or something here. Yeah, it looks good. It looks like it wants the gap.
The Qs are already back up.
Yeah, Tesla's going up too.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Look at that. Look how that changed so fast.
had 528 calls down at the bottom bounce.
There you
Worked
go.
out.
Wow. Yeah, fuck. Should have taken that instead of IWM, huh? Hopefully we launch. Come on, do it.
MU seems to be holding.
I want SPX to fucking rip right now.
Dude, if we can overnight rip off of this right here, we'll be in the 230s tomorrow. No problem. The fuck is this? Whew, plays over. Now it's on to the next part of this, which is you did grab hold of your floor, so you need to hit cost basis at 2150, where you have another pocket up there. That's weird. Came right out of the box though, man. If I don't catch them when they come out of the box like that, it's a waiting game from there. And what did you? Yeah, it's on its way, Chris. You know, I don't know if it's something I would take now, but you know, you are. I don't hate that actually. SNCI. Yeah, you need to break over today's high, crack 3720, and I'd be aiming right here at 4380. CMCSA. Yeah. 24-hour. You're bouncing, look left, try to find a floor. Seems like you've already grabbed hold of that one. I would say it's 34.20 75. And the imbalance, which is 35.50. Lower time frame. Okay, you got a channel here. Wow, it did exactly that. Look at that. I said I wanted chop before it, and there you go. Chop, open up above the wicks. Draw your box here. And then do we have a channel? That's my question. It's definitely in the cards. So the goal with anything like this is to expand that channel up and
IWM.
There we fucking go, you little shit.
Yeah, it's moving now.
You gotta sell it for whatever it's worth at the fucking
SPX 380%, just like that. Boom.
Just like that empty space, baby.
I just made 300% on that.
Wow. It's so fast though. Yeah, so with CMCSA, your hope is that this is just part of the bottom channel and you go ahead and head straight up to 35.50. This is why scalping sucks.
10 minutes, guys.
10 minutos.
CVX back up. You rejected your floor today. So, what do you... Yeah, this thing's, it's going to be a while. I would be looking at a lower time frame, and I would be looking at your structure underneath, which you're already starting to react. So, yeah, I'd be watching to see how it responds to that floor. If you can curl back up, you need to go and do the same thing that got you there. That's a funky setup right there. NU 24-hour time frame. Say, wow, perfect tap off of cost basis today. Perfect tap. Jesus Christ, look at that, 1383. So the signal lies beyond that, right? You're not having a bad close over it. You know what you know what's underneath you. 1355 is where you must hold. And so you need to go and break through this box. And at this point, you would be looking at a next target up here around 1480 if you could get a 24-hour punch back there. MU retested. It's holding itself up, but it's not broken any ranges. You need to be down here on the lower time frame and find your punch. Fruit punch. Come on, bro. There we go. So you need a $95 recovery and a 95.60 punch. Otherwise, your floor is right in front of you. Right there. Just a few minutes here. Let's see. BBAI. That's coming. That looks like it's coming down, but it's going to come down and build a channel while it does it. Yeah, you're going to come back down, I think. Watch 50% of this candle, which is going to be around $6.25, and then pull back to $5. Yeah. 512. Mail for me? What's this? I don't know. Why'd you buy this for me? It's not a present from you. It was in the mailbox from you. You sent me this? Thank you. Oh, this is actually from mommy. Yep, they're minerals. There's an impulse buy off a TikTok shop. Hey, baby. How you doing, bud? Missed you.
Wow, Nike's a disaster today.
Q's might hit 530.
Be done in a second. All right. What's happened? What happened?
Spy and Q.
Q's.
NVIDIA.
Hold on. Yep, that changes the game here. Do not hold, sell.
SPX is 500% right now.
Jesus Christ. Good trade, boys, girls. Yeah, IWM let me down. Do not hold these contracts. I'm telling you. Get rid of them before the bell or by 4:15. You do not want IWM to go in the money after hours and then you wake up tomorrow with a fucking massive bill. All right. Most brokers will sell them beforehand. A lot of them will. Take-Two Interactive. You guys love boxes. Look at this thing. It's in a massive box. So anything and everything that you do is going to be based off lower time frame analysis within that box.
BA, nice move here.
You need to break down underneath 180, 194.
I sold my SPX for $1,300. I bought it for $2.40.
You got the 60/70s, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to get those and I didn't, and now I'm kicking myself.
I finally pulled the trigger on those.
Good job. Fucking shit.
Dude, Marvell is pushing.
I couldn't get myself to pull the trigger on $2. Damn it.
I blew my account up this week, so I said, fuck it, I'm going balls out.
That's bad.
It just brought it back to life.
Hold on a second. I don't think I got filled on this order. Okay. So yeah, that's Take-Two. It's down on earnings. Oh, I didn't realize I had earnings. Yeah, actually, I could see Take-Two Interactive with a gnarly little leg down. Damn, hold on. How much is that? That's today? Is that today?
Yes.
Fuck. And it's $1 billion. 162s, 160. God damn. Oh my god, why are earnings this go around so fucked? Yeah, I do actually. I see this thing tanking potentially. Hard to see an upside move off of the 3 rejections there. The question is the IV gonna? Yeah. I'd really love to see a fucking crash. I mean, I know I'm being overzealous here, but okay. Watch IWM go and hit that floor right at the bell. Sick. All right. And you affirm. Affirm. Yeah, I've said this one before. It does. This is one that it's almost like you got to go out to the weekly. I mean, is it gonna go? You know, up to the 8350 would be a potential target up there. That's probably 8350 is where I would place my target because again, you're looking for an explosive move up. If it doesn't do well, only 47 down. But you know, it's had its time in this area of consolidation. I actually don't hate. I could see that happening. Maybe even the day following. So,
we got 1 minute.
Yep. All right. The weekly, you're tapping the wall. This thing, yo. Hold on a second. It's got to earn. It's going to explode on earnings. It's going to move on earnings, and obviously, it's kind of hard not to see the 92s. That I actually really like that. That setup, bundled up, nice and snug. So target 85 and 90, basically. All right.
BA had a nice move here towards the end of the day.
Visa. What do you Visa down?
There's the bell.
If you want it down, you need to punch through this box. 344.32. There's the bell. Damn, so IWM didn't recover enough. But SPY closed right up against that fucking wall.
Dude, I hate when the ETFs rip right before close like that.
Yeah, it changes the game, man. You just flipped up right there. You're closing up. You just reclaimed the floor. So now it's just a matter of getting back up above 530 here. Lily, did I get that one? Yeah, I think I did. Did I?
Yeah, IWM dumping right now.
Tanked right off cost basis.
Get the dump.
Did it? Is it perfect?
I caught that. I got that TTWO Potter.
I did too. I didn't. I shouldn't have, but I did. I did not buy a lot though. Those contracts are fucked. Amazon.
What did you go up or down on TTWO or both?
Down. I just grabbed it a little. Cheater. I grabbed 150.
The 160. Did you get the 161s or the 162s or what?
I got the 150.
I got the 160s at 52 cents.
Yeah, 161s were like not super expensive.
Is that tomorrow morning or now?
I believe it's tonight.
Oh, okay. All right. So really quickly, MJ, dude, when stocks do this, that's typically when I'm out. Right? It's filled up. That was the play. And out of all of the setups that I see, that was it. I mean, when I look at all of this chart, you know, you have so much going on. You've got a box directly above you. You failed to grab hold of that. You filled up all your empty space. You failed to grab hold of that. So definitely could see you know, possibly even a pullback or more pullback, and that's going to be solved here, right? Maybe actually 15. Yeah, stick with that time frame. So underneath 862.50, you're going to be down. I really want beer right now, but it's going to make me feel worse. Fuck it. I'm just kidding. Sometimes you just need to drink it out of your system.
You're not wrong.
Hey Potter.
Yeah.
You said earlier, like when the ETFs went down, you said it went down almost too fast, and
Yeah.
it came back up. I mean, I guess relatively fast.
Yes.
So, would you still be? I took puts for Monday already, but what are your thoughts? Like that's kind of what it has to do if you wanted it to go back down, right?
So, I mean, my thoughts are on all of these ETFs, and what just happened here at the end of the day was, yeah, that really quick dump down. You tapped cost bases, and in the end of the day, you flip. Right now, all of a sudden, earnings are coming in on Amazon. So, I think what you just did was a little bit impulsive. Very quick because we ripped up fast, right? What's the point behind ripping fast? And granted, I'll give you that it is pulling back and losing something, but when you punch and you move and you hold, which you're not now, but 528.90, you know, that's where things are looking more or less up, and we don't know, you know, Amazon could bounce. There's all other earnings that are going to come in that could affect the Qs. If I'm, and this is for everybody, I know that there is intraday trades on this thing, but in terms of like looking for swing trades on this thing, on this, I'm not interested unless I know that I am getting ready to go for a break. And at this point, right, I need something more than a 15-minute rejection. And if you look at it, look at the hourly. That's my downside signal, right, is to lose this floor. And I would assume that on the 15-minute, it's even wider. It is. So check that out. And this is where to me, this is perfect, right? You have a box here. You have a box here. And so that's my downside signal. Now, when it does, sure. Because once you lose this floor, you break that top and you have nothing but empty space. So I don't know if that was the best move. And if you went out of the money and really cheap and speculatively.
Earlier today.
Oh, you took.
Yeah, I've been in it. I took SPY down to 601 for Monday, and it's because I had a channel here, and it was just respecting it, and yeah, I never use channels. I literally never use it because I don't trust them almost. But
Channels are purely meant to show you where trend is at. Is it up? Is it down? But trend does not dictate, because I can't tell you how many times I've seen a trend line break on the bottom and then it reclaims it and rips. Horizontal levels always first and foremost and most important, then channels. If the channel and the horizontal level line up, cool, confluence. If it does it on the downside, cool. But ultimately, I hardly ever make decisions purely off of a channel. It's always horizontal. So
Pin check jump up.
Pins rip. Hey,
no.
Potter, quick question.
Bro, I was gonna take it too, and I'm just chicken.
Yep.
Potter TTWO went all the way down to 177 and then jumped all the way back up to 186, and now it's right back down where it started.
Stupid. Yo, pens was that most fucking obvious shit, but why was that so expensive? Look at that. Every bit of empty space.
I was gonna take like 3 weeks out. They were like 50 cents, but even still, dude, that's so inflated.
It's really inflated. Yeah. I mean, if you did, cool. But here's what has to happen. You cannot go and just tap this floor. You need to go into the floor. You need to move up here, because if not, it's going to be uber easy to take this down. See, that's what you need. That's what you need right there.
I almost think this year, this set of earnings is like an earnings reset, bro. Like they're all just coming back to reality. and basically setting up the plays for the year.
Yeah, there's a damn.
Hey Potter, can I ask you a question about box drawing on Nike? If Nike just tanked quite a bit, it's only a 15-minute box going back a distance that shows it tapping, but I didn't know if it's applicable, if you can pull a 15-minute box from a while ago and actually use that as a area of
Sometimes
support.
Sometimes that's all you got, but what you're seeing is on the hourly as well, right?
Well, guys, have a great week.
See you, man.
Day.
Yeah, see you, bud.
bye.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? Tap, tap. So you're at cost basis. And yes, that long ago is still very, very, very relevant.
Okay,
and
I
that's
didn't write it. I didn't create it off the 1 hour, but it's more apparent with what you just did.
yeah. Try if you can see it on the 15-minute. You know, if you can try to see it on the hourly to see if there's the same structure, then you know you're looking good. But yeah, that's it.
Elf puts are rough.
Don't talk to me.
Fuck. Hey, did you guys take what is that, TTWO?
Dude, why do I always have to be right about my fucking targets? Come on, bro. I knew that. We said 77, and that's exactly where it's heading.
Of course.
I have $100 puts on Elf that I bought a month ago, but I had to because I bought right here. Yay! Yeah.
You own the company, like Cart.
Yeah, dude. Cart was a Cart's a matrix. Amazing. Pinterest, dude, is fucking went crazy, dude. Perfect.
That's too bad. Those contracts were so freaking crazy.
I knew Amazon was gonna dump too. That was just so clear on that chart to me.
Yep. Went down into the structure and pulled itself back up.
I was gonna I might buy. I hope it retraces tomorrow.
So
I'm gonna try to get back in on Pinterest now.
that you know what though? Listen, well, be careful, man. But listen, I want you guys to take a moment to kind of observe. See how there's structure directly underneath us on Amazon, and it's kind of choppy right here. It'd be better to go up, right? Obviously, we could see it obviously going down because of the lack of buying and rejections off of the channel and multiple rejections off of the box. But you look at Pinterest, right? And while the contracts didn't really fit the script, that's obvious, right? That's obvious, and it does exactly what it's supposed to. If there was a box, a huge box right here, yeah, that's not going to be as easy to take, right? So it's especially on earnings, really everything. The more structure that is below and above it, like those are triggers. Look for if it doesn't have that empty space on it, yeah, I don't want it. But yeah,
earnings have been jacked too. Like every single earnings play is
terrible.
The last couple of weeks have been so jacked up with IV, like it ain't even worth trying to play it.
Like just for and you can even look at it, right? You can look a couple weeks out, and they're the same price.
Yeah, they've been like super jacked. Even Q's and Spies contracts, I feel, have been jacked like right now.
You know, I did see some news that like retail, like people, you know, the ordinary person is like investing and using, you know, shit like Robinhood's making it real easy. So like the average person is just going crazy.
Yeah. Yep. There is a contracts. Yeah. The dorks. Snap-on Corporation had earnings and popped down right near cost basis at the floor here, but it hasn't lost anything. So this could be the beginning of potential downside, but looks like you're pretty well controlled. So box above, box below. All right, guys.
IV on pins is 300+%. I mean, it's just wild.
That's actually going. It will take away from that pump that you got, and by the morning. Listen, those of you guys who did take Pinterest, I don't blame you. I would. The only thing that stopped me was and I wanted to to get in with the small account, which if the contracts were 15, 25, $30, no problem. But those were astronomical for as much as Pinterest has not moved. Which probably, I mean, I think at that point, that's where you know that even institutions are probably going to take advantage of those fucking options and jack up the price. Anyway, cat, meow. Nothing happens until you get above 371. But that's going to require that you're able to break out of this. So cat above 367.25 for the floor. And then you do have a punchback waiting. Right there. All right. All right, guys. Well, hope I feel better tomorrow. I just wanted to sleep most of the day, but couldn't even really do that. I do think that with the amount of volatility that we've had, maybe not on the ETFs, but on individual stocks, there could be some high-paying, low-risk plays available. You only have a few minutes if you are going to take anything long, the Qs or SPY or anything of that nature. And that rip at the end of the day and then that pullback, that was fucking gnarly.
Firm tapped 71 and then retraced all the way down to 64.
Okay, so no fucking shot.
Don't reverse pins.
Dude, guess where it rejected.
That's the same thing QCOM did yesterday. It came up, hit 180 or whatever, 185, right, and then came all the way back down.
Fucking dude, cost basis is.
I think Snapchat did the same thing. Snapchat's freaking like $2 below.
It had earnings today, didn't it?
What did? Snap had it yesterday.
That's right. Oh, that's right. And it went up. It tapped cost basis. Literally, look at this range.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I still have a 950 put on Snap.
It is crazy.
It's crazy dump.
Oh, time's up. All right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Did you like the close on Tesla?
Did I like it?
I love it.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. Yeah, it's the 4 hour is my biggest concern here. The floor right there, the 2 hour, so not terrible, but definitely sets up for a little bit of sideways action tomorrow. Hopefully you just gap. That's obviously always.
I just wanted to gap up in the morning and get out right at the top. I'm in some 380s, but it closed up with it.
Good night, guys. Have a good one.
Have a good night, everybody.
That's crazy. All right. Yep. Have a good night. Peace.